Welcome to our Women Today Table Talk. I am super excited. Today I have a lady who is a role model to me, a lady that I admire, a lady who wears so many hats. She's coming to talk about her book, her business, and her charity organization. I cannot wait. She just got recently married, so I am super excited. I can't wait to hear what she's going to say. So join me at our Table Talk. Hello, welcome to our Women Today table discussion. Hi Sandra, welcome to Women Today table talk.
Hi, locardia. Thank you for the welcome and thank you for inviting me here.
No, that's fine. Thank you. Thank you for taking time to come, to this table talk. I'm excited. Why I'm excited because you're one of the ladies that I admire, one of the ladies who is like a role model as a black woman. And so we at Women Today were like, we need to bring women that we know are going to empower other women, women that are doing great. As they say, iron sharpens iron. So I just want you to know you are my iron, actually. So thank you so much for joining me here at Women Today Table Talk. I know you. So for the sake of our audience, just tell them who you are and what do you do?
Yeah, so thank you for that intro. And yeah, you are iron as well to me. So you are such a great inspiration and creating a platform like this for women to be able to come and showcase, who they are, what they do. It's amazing and it's a gift. So I just wanted to appreciate you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So my name is Sandra Mtambirwa. So I'm a mom of six. So I've got two girls and four boys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I was gonna go there because I know you recently got married. So you're a mom of two beautiful girls.
Yes.
And then additional four boys. So
Yes.
a mom of six. So your house is full at the moment.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. I mean, I had girls before I got married, and then my husband has boys, so it's been the perfect balance. I think I always
Yes.
wished I had some boys
Oh, wow.
around, and he did the same. So that's a
Very
great.
sweet now. From okay, girls, I'm gonna have boys. And I understand this is your second marriage. You're still in the honeymoon period, which is gonna stay forever and forever. Congratulations. How does it feel like to be married, to be a wife again?
Thank you. Thank you so much. I think it's a message of hope, I would say.
Yes.
Like second chances. I'm a Christian. So to me, it's one of those things that, I share with everyone that it's such a blessing to walk with God and to go through things in life, have challenges. And then after that, when you pray and you spend time with God, then He transforms your life and then He brings you into another opportunity to live those things that you've always desired. So for me, yeah, it's such a great blessing to be able to be in this place today. Yeah.
I was about to say, well, I feel the presence of the Lord already. It's
Amen.
when you speak. It's a different, to be honest, it's a different atmosphere for me.
Yeah.
And because I know you were married before, and then
Yeah.
you got divorced, and then you got married again.
Yeah.
You've given hope. I think we're having this conversation that say, you give hope to other women that feel like I went down. How am I going to get up again?
Yeah.
And which is something that you've done so beautifully.
Mm.
I just want you to talk a little bit about that because especially within our community as Black people, you go through divorce, it's so bad, you feel so ashamed, you feel so low, you feel so lonely as well. But for you to come up in that particular situation and to become where you are now, talk to me about it.
Yeah, so I think for me, as I went through the process from the beginning, one of the things that happened to me was God actually came and spent a lot of time with me. And then through that, I learned a lot about being resilient and I learned a lot about my own identity. So one of the things that happened during that journey was I miraculously came across this school called NPSSM, which is actually not far from here where we are in Stockton.
Okay.
It's called the Northern Prophetic School of Supernatural Ministry. So I attended that for 2 years. And during that journey, I learned a lot about my identity. Because I think what we struggle with, society and the world will always have an opinion about everything.
Yes.
You could do everything that the world is asking you to do and you'd still not meet the mark. But then what's important is for you to get to know your identity, who you are, what God wants you to do, where you're supposed to go with your life. Once you have your identity intact, the voices of the world just seem to become less and less and they get silenced, and then your voice rises up and then you are able to then share your own message. So I think what I would say to divorced women is that, spend time, if you're a Christian, spend time with God, get to know yourself, who you are, and all that, and that will help. Yeah.
Wow.
Tell me more about your career.
Yeah, so I work for a company called CPI, the Center for Process Innovation. So I work in research. My background is I'm a chemical engineer. Yeah, I've got a PhD in chemical engineering as well. And then after that, did a few years working in engineering and then eventually started in management.
Wow.
So I manage a team of about 10 people,
Oh, wow.
scientists and engineers in Sedgefield,
Oh,
not
my
far from here.
Speaking of beauty and brains, you have it all. So speaking of that, you are into research, which is your job. Back to your product. Did your products come from the research that you're doing? Is it something that you do with your company, or is it something that you do it yourself?
So I think the business is almost like a full circle type of thing that came into my life. So how the business came about was I had my second child, and she had dry skin. And with that, I started, investigating how I could help her with that. Started off buying shea butter, bought some lavender oil, mixed it together. It didn't smell great. And then eventually I was like, I could make this better. So I just started buying a whole lot of stuff. I made a lot of money for Amazon at the time, really. And then eventually it just turned into a business. So after that, I made some butters which were helping her skin. And then I read about soap.
You made them yourself?
I made them myself.
From scratch?
From scratch, yeah. And then after that, I read that soap, handmade soap, is also good for skin. So I went into researching how to make handmade soap. Started making it. I cook it in a crock pot, like a slow cooker type of system. Yeah, in the kitchen.
In the
Yes.
kitchen?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So I have a big range of skincare products. They're all handmade. I make them at home. Still, running it with my husband now.
Wow.
And yeah, growing.
So tell me more about these products. Like, how many products do you have, the benefits of them? You can just run through, with them. Tell me about, because we want people to know the product that you make. Because it's good what you're saying. I used to struggle with my son as well. You can buy everything in the shop and it doesn't work, or some of the product can make it even worse. What's so unique about your products? And even for a lady or a mother or a father who have their child suffering with, whether it's is it acne or eczema, what can you tell them about your products?
So for me, I start off with the word. So my company, we always go with the tagline, handmade natural skincare. So if you start off with the word skincare, you think about food, everything you eat that goes in your mouth. It's the same thing with your skin. Anything you put on your skin goes inside your body. So that's where it starts with my products, is that they are all natural products. That means what your skin is ingesting is good for you. And there's no artificial, ingredients within that. And then everything is handmade, so small batch. So that means, there's a bit of love in every single product that we make. Our bestseller is Lux Botanical Facial Oil. That's really good for all skin types. A lot of customers love it, both men and women, because it's brightening, it keeps your skin hydrated. It's very good for dry skin conditions. And then we also have a Q5 oil, which is also really good for oily skin. So my skin is oily. And I remember the concept of putting oil on oily skin just used to sound crazy to me until I tried it. And then it actually worked, because what usually happens with people with oily skin is they fight the oil by stripping it away, which makes your skin produce even more oil. Yeah, so what you actually need is you need an oil that balances that production. And then once the balance is there, then your skin pretty much stays in a good condition. So that's one of the products we sell well.
So you've got oils, you've got soap. What else have you got?
We've got
Lotions?
body butters,
Oh,
which
wow.
are made with shea butter. We've got clay face masks. So you pretty much have a full face routine. You can have a clay mask, which you can use once a week. You have a sugar scrub, which you can use for your face twice a week. And then the soap, I use that every day. I know one of the bestsellers is the turmeric soap. It's very good for fading scar and acne marks and things like that. Yeah, and it brightens your skin as well. So that's
I'm definitely going to try these products because I used to struggle with acne a lot. And like you, my skin is very, very oily as well. So where can people find your products?
so the
Yeah.
products, I have a website and it's called
Okay.
ruelnature.com. Yeah, and all the products are there. We do local delivery for free, and then we also do delivery across the UK
If
and
people
Europe.
want them as well.
Amazing. Well, congratulations on that. So you wear many hats. You wear many hats. And then besides your business as a woman who's working and leading 10 people, a wife, a newly wife, a mom of six, a business, you also wrote a book. Oh my goodness. Tell me about your book. Amazing.
When we're talking about divorce recovery and healing. So, how the book actually came about was not a journey towards writing a book, but it was a journey toward healing. So, what I found was that when we walk in life, our narrative about our life matters a lot. So, we all go through things, but how we describe them in our mind to ourselves determines where we are today and where we can go tomorrow. So we all go through things. I went through loss. I lost my father when I was 11. And because I had created such a strong relationship with him, I struggled with it. I think I really did grieve my dad when I was going through the divorce and I was over 30. And I had kept that in a little box for such a long time. And the problem with that is it was starting to interfere with every area of my life, in relationships, in work, in how I handled money, in how I parented, everything. So I had to stop, go through the healing journey. And then towards the end of that journey, I found that writing the story really helped to put it all together and then changing the narrative about it. Because when you go through trauma and difficult things, they can be what I like to call the orphan spirit that comes upon you, which is like that spirit where you're like, woe is me. You feel sorry for yourself. You're like, I'm the most unlucky person in the world. How could this happen to me? But when you change your narrative and you start to see that these things actually brought opportunities in my life as well, that actually propels you forward into better things.
Oh my goodness. Transform trauma into treasure. This is like putting a message from your mess. I'm taking time because I'm processing everything that you've said and I'm trying to breathe. Because what you're saying is there's some things that we do not talk about. And what I'm hearing now is if you're going through some difficult challenges, instead of feeling sorry for yourself, licking your wounds, you're turning it into something positive. So you decided to put this into a book. And not only is this book a healing or was a healing process for you, it's actually going to change people's lives. It's actually going to transform people's lives. So congratulations on that. I really salute people like yourselves that are giving hope to other women, that there is hope out there and you can actually turn your mess into a message. That message can be reach out to many people, many men and women that can have their lives be changed and transformed. So where can people find your book and how much is your book?
So the book is available on Amazon. It's available as a paperback or in a Kindle ebook as well, and that's for 12.99. And I believe the ebook is £9. Yeah, but yeah, this book is not just a message where I encourage people to read it, but at the end of the book, there's also the message to encourage people to write their own story, whatever that looks like for you. Because the whole idea behind it is for you to look at your life and come out with a good narrative of it, to see how everything you went through brought you to where you are and how it actually edified to your life, such that you can not only see the benefit of where you are today, but you can also see the treasure of where you can go tomorrow.
Wow. See, I like what you're saying here because you're saying, which is not easy for a lot of people to write your own story because there's shame that is attached to it, especially when when you're grieving, like losing your dad. like what you've said, it affects everything about your life. The divorce itself, it paralyzes you, which is something that people don't know. So most people really struggle with that. And I want you to touch a little bit about that on the divorce side. I know you're married now, you're happy, and I met your husband, amazing man. Um, Tell me about when you went through that divorce. How did you pick yourself up to get to a place where you're like, I'm happy again, or I can marry again, or I can have hope again? Talk to me about that.
All
So,
in the book. People need to
so
get the book.
yes, it's in the book.
Yes.
So the topic of divorce is such a difficult subject,
Yes.
isn't it? Yeah. And for me, it's not even that I've been divorced once, I've been divorced twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I love to share that because it just really makes the point stronger. Because I have been through a lot, and I think that's why I'm very open to talk about it.
Yes.
So the what I like to talk about this is that there's a lot of shame,
Yes.
with this.
Yes.
But then when I wrote the book, I realized that when we walk with a lot of trauma and pain in our life, we're almost walking around with glasses
Yeah.
and the lens on, and that lens defines how we see life.
Yeah.
So if that lens is written pain, or is written, suffering, or is written, I'll never have anything great, or this is all I can do with my life, that's the opportunities we go for.
Yeah.
So why it's so important to heal is that when you heal, it's almost like you take those glasses off and you suddenly see all the opportunities available for you. So what I like to talk about to women, in divorce is that it doesn't define you. It's something that happened to you. And most of the time it happens, out of your own control, in terms of the fact that you may be in control as in their person, but then there are certain things that happened in your life that are speaking and are louder voices in you that are causing you to make a chain reaction of choices that are determined by that. But if you're able to stop and heal from those things, then you're able to see life in a different way. You're able to make better choices, and then you're able. And divorce is just another mistake, like anything. It's like someone who goes bankrupt because they mishandled their money. It's something that happens in life, and we get over it. And the shame that comes with it. Me being a Christian, I know that shame is not something that I should live with. So it's not something that I dwell on, but rather I fight to say it's not for me. It changes everything.
You see, in all this conversation, I think for me is what really gave you the stronghold or the foundation for you is being a Christian, standing in the Word of God. Because one thing that I can tell you is when you find yourself in the other side of being divorced, or I think sometimes the society, what they do not know is the struggles you went through, and also again is the stigma which is outside. When you become a single lady, there's a lot that comes with it, which is so hard. I know we got a few minutes left, so thank you for sharing that, which is really powerful and very, very touching. Talk to me about your charity organization.
It's actually something that was born out of this same journey that I've walked. So as I walked through the journey being a Christian, I was praying a lot. So one of the things I always recommend to women is like what you were saying, women are divorced is, if you know what you want, if you know that you want to get married again, don't put that desire down or disqualify yourself for anything that you want in life. Instead, invest in it. Prepare for it. If there are certain things that heart issues or things like that you struggle with, that you need to work on them. But as you do that, pray to God and also make it very clear, to say, these are the things that I like to do, and this is what I would like for my life. So with Project Yananai, what actually happened was I had the vision within me that I would like to work on a project or a charity where we help, women to get into marriage. But then as I started to do that, I never did anything about it. And then I met my husband. And then as soon as we met, without me even telling him, he just decided, he was like, I feel like God has blessed us so much meeting. I think we should start a charity to help other people. So then that's when I told him, I was like, funny enough, I already had this vision. So that's how we started. So it's a registered charity, and our aim is to equip many people in all walks of life, Christian singles who would like to get into godly marriage, to be able to walk into that. So what we do is we offer online training, and people are able to sign up. It's all free. So you just go on the website and then you register, and then after that you start on your journey. Yeah. So my husband and I run a charity for Christian families and poverty alleviation. You can find it at yananai.org. That's YANANAI.org. We are also available on Instagram and on Facebook, and you'll find us at Project Yananai. So that's at PROJECTYANANAI.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sandra. Thank you. Honestly, this conversation for me, this discussion was different in a positive way, very powerful. What you do not know, realize was you're also healing me as well. So, giving me hope as well. So, thank you so much for this. And congratulations on your business, your book, and your charity organization. How you're doing it, only God knows. But I think we have to salute and appreciate women like yourselves who are role models. And I know that you've empowered quite a lot of women as well to say, look, if Sandra can do it, I can also do it as well. And I love what's beautiful was that everything is centered on being a Christian, being a child of God, which is something that I think people, once they listen to this, it could be somebody listening and say, I don't even know this Jesus. So I want to know, because of your life, your testimony, I also want to be a Christian. So thank you for taking your time to come and join me here at Table Talk. I wish you all the very best with your charity, your business, and your marriage. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for joining us at this Table Talk, which was very educational and very empowering. And I know that here at Women Today, we bring women that will come to educate you, empower you, motivate you. And I know for sure that at this Table Talk, we did exactly the same. This lady came to deliver this, go and get this book, Transform Trauma into Treasure. What she was talking about, she went through some difficult challenges in her life, married twice, and then got divorced, but she came back stronger. She came back on the other side. I hope you've been empowered. I hope you've enjoyed this Table Talk as much as I have. Until next time, thank you.